Yes, people, hope you're all well. So, becoming an athlete, and I think when we're approaching this journey and this way of life as a young lad, really starting out, especially in today's world, one thing to really get into your mind is that you were an athlete before you were getting paid to be an athlete, before you're getting sponsored, before any of this comes into your life. Understanding that you are an athlete from this day forward. You want to perfect your craft, you want to become your best self mentally, physically, and also making the sacrifices, being aware of the sacrifices that you have to make. You have to step into this lifestyle today, this mindset today, this the structure of your way of life today. Okay, so let's go into details. And just going back, I did say young lad, you could be a young lass, really stepping into it. You might even be at an age like myself, 29, really wanting to step into the peak potential that you could possibly be. You might be a young man, you might be a young lady, do you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, starting out today, and you can really take from this video. And one thing that I really learned off my first ever bodybuilding coach, Jamie DeRigo, when we were speaking about becoming a pro bodybuilder, it's like you don't just start training like a pro bodybuilder um, when you're an amateur. You're already a pro bodybuilder before you even step into that way of life. So, what are the key areas when you're stepping into being the best possible athlete that you can be? And it's the first one that we just mentioned. So first, understanding that you are already this person, you are already this athlete before you even start getting sponsors, start getting paid. You're already perfecting your craft. So how can you, really perfect your craft? And firstly, what are you doing with your nutrition? How are you consuming foods? What is your structure with your nutrition? Because when I work with people, covering you, and they're supporting the future self. And that is the three fundamentals to really understand when it comes to nutrition. Your nutrition is what you're putting into your craft. It's going to be the energy that is going to be supporting your session. It's going to be the energy that's going to be supporting your future competitions. It's going to be the energy that is avoiding the injuries that are maybe going to put you out for a period of time. It is the hormone production. It is your way to recover. It is your strength. It is your ability to be able to outperform your opponent, or it is your skill that is going to allow you to step into a completely new transformation of yourself and a new athlete. Now, are you getting the right amount of protein? Do you know when you need to get more protein in? Do you know when you need to get more carbohydrates in? Do you know when you need to increase your fat take? What are your habits when it comes to nutrition? When can you be relaxed? When can you have social events? When can you have a bit of downtime? And understanding this and developing the mindset and the habits that are going to go along with that. Now, that's nutrition in a nutshell. Now, let's move on into the mindset. And this is something that I'm really, really intrigued by. Now, as a young male or female, stepping into your full potential with your mindset, and this is something that I've really had to be aware of. And with the mindset, you have to have a mindset where, can you reflect? Can you stop being so harsh on yourself? Can you allow yourself to improve without the unnecessary getting on top of yourself, the mood swings, the bulletproof mindset with resilient that just allows you to just consistently keep on improving? Are you centered? Where can you manage your stress? Can you manage your stress better? Can you reflect? Can you put your ego down as well? Can you listen to your coach? Can you listen to your elders? And then also, do you have the ability to understand when maybe something isn't for you? When you can, maybe you're striding out with a mindset, or you went to work with someone, for instance, and they just weren't for you. Can you have that mindset to really step out of the equation and really put forward what is going to work from you? And that is being intuitive as well with what you're doing. Now, I'm just going to go over the factors that have really helped me improve with my mindset, because as people well know, follow this channel, when you're recovering from a heavy loss, and my last MMA fight was very much a heavy loss. You know, knocked out, TKO'd, and I just drove around basically for a period of time, using substances to numb my pain. I was using weed to numb my pain a lot of the time. I would escape. I became trapped in fear, and it's only really taken me to come across my jiu-jitsu and competing in white belt at the ultra heavyweight British Championships to understand, wow, all the demons that came up before I competed. Now, before that competition, I was on the way, I was driving, and this is just a start for my jiu-jitsu. This is just a real start to my jiu-jitsu. And along the way, I was so emotional. There were so many things coming up, but it was passionate. I was passionate about my craft, and it really ignited the flame within me that had been lost for a long, long time. A good couple years after that fight, I let things get on top of me. Um, I was struggling to find my rhythm with consistency. I wasn't in the structure that I'm in now. I wasn't in the mindset that I'm in now. But what I really want to do is go over the tools that really helped me step out of that mindset. And one big tool was, first of all, I had to heal my body. I had to heal a lot of stuff that was going on within, deep meditation, breath work, reading, journaling, cold water therapy, different plant medicines as well, different nature's medicines that allow me to reprogram the subconscious. Also doing hypnotherapy to reprogram the subconscious. And shout out to Dom, who was my hypnotherapist at the time. Shout out to Joe and Dan for the retreats that I'd done with them as well. They really helped me evolve and step into something new. My girlfriend Abby could see me, watch me with my mindset and how my subconscious was playing out, how maybe I let things get on top of me. And, also having the willingness myself to really step into that new potential with my mindset. And everything now, it feels like it's just clicked when it comes to my mindset and what was really holding me back. Before that, I was very much relentless with, before the MMA, before the loss, I was very much relentless with my mindset, and I knew what I needed to do. So, what I will say this and just break it down real quickly when it comes to your mindset, having the self awareness to understand what you need to improve and where you are with your mindset and being resilient with that, but also being super spacious where you need to improve, where you need to adapt, and keeping on top of this as well. So we're moving on, we'll move into training, and this is super important, especially as an amateur, as an athlete, as an amateur now. When you go pro as an athlete, you will have your scheduled training out. Maybe you're working with a coach and you can have that set out. But at the beginning, you might be just your own coach. You might not have a coach. You might have coaches with classes, but when it comes to setting out your structure, you might not have that. So it's understanding where you will need to be with your training. So where's your training frequency at? How many times a week are you training? And are you learning quickly with that? Are you learning at a rate of speed that is going to allow you to step into your full potential? Where's your recovery at? Do you have recovery within your week? Is the nutrition that you're on, suitable to match your training frequency? Are you having enough rest days within the week that you can actually recover? And this is a big one as well, and I was going to leave it for a later on its subject. What is your lifestyle? Where is your lifestyle at? Is your lifestyle adding up with the structure of your training that's going to allow you to really reach your full potential as an athlete? Now, what I mean by this is young lads getting started, they get a lot of expenses within their monthly revenue or their income. And, when it comes to training and everything else, they have to work two jobs, one job, or work a lot. You really want to try and bring down how much you are working so you can dedicate it to your craft, because If you're not, then sooner or later this is going to have an effect on how much potential and how much time you can give yourself to step out to be an athlete itself. So really reducing your overall outgoing, so the money that you can spend is going into yourself as an investment. It can go into your recovery, it can go into your coaches, it can go into your nutrition, it can go into the different aspects of what you need to become an athlete. And lastly, to go over, which is something that is, I think, super important. So we've covered nutrition, we've covered the training, we've covered the lifestyle. Where is your life force going as a male, as a female? Where's your life force going? Where's your energy going? What do you spend time overthinking on? What do you spend time, how much time do you spend on social media? What is your reasons for wanting to be an athlete? What is your reasons why you're doing it? Are you disciplined? Where's your motivation at? Because motivation is going to come and go, but discipline is going to stay. Resilience with everything that you're doing. And I say life force because there's so many different aspects that can come into this, because you could spend your time wasting it on drama. Your relationships might be full of drama, they might be very toxic. Can you escape from that? Can you dedicate every second to your craft? And this isn't mean like running away from commitments. This is you having your life force energy being aimed towards what you're doing, been going in the direction that is going to enable you to be your best self, for it to go into your training, for it to go into your development, for it to go into your nutrition. And that's just something that I think is super important. And if there's anything that I've learned from bodybuilding, from football, from MMA, from jiu-jitsu, from even having a dabble in strongman, um, this is something that I've really seen. And striding forwards with my nutrition, sorry, not my nutrition, with my Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which I will openly put it out there. I want to take this as far as I can with jiu-jitsu. If I can compete in the Europeans soon, within the next 6 months, I want to compete at the Worlds within the next 12 months, the World Championships. I want to take it as far as I can, and working with a top class coach, which I've got at Gracie Barrier. I'm really looking forward to what I can do there. Being committed, been dedicated to the professor, been dedicated to the sessions, been open to learn, and really seeing how far I can take this. But it starts by doing everything else that I've learned, and not really dwelling on it, being resilient with it, and basically just being as disciplined with the plan and the pursuit of that, and also just enjoying it. You know what I mean? Not just I'll be happy when I'm there. Just enjoying this every day, what you're doing, enjoying the struggles, enjoying the losses, enjoying the wins, but ultimately being grounded in that as well. And yeah, and I think that's just all I put. I was really excited to get this video. And if you're a young athlete and you're wanting to get started, and you may be wanting a little guidance on how you get there, just drop me a message. Maybe you want to work with me, maybe you want to be one-to-one on how you can develop your mind, how you can develop your nutrition, the physical body, wherever that might be. My messages are always open to work with one-on-one, or you might just want a little bit of advice. And again, my messages are always open. This is something that I am super passionate about. So peace out, people. Massive big love, and have a good one. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I really appreciate your support. And if you haven't given me a follow already, please just give me a little follow. It supports the channel, keeps it growing. And yeah, thank you very much, people.